Hello, collective. I am so happy to be here with you today. I am channeling some messages for y'all, and I had gotten some downloads the other day. I was helping my brother move into his new apartment, and on the drive back, it was a long drive. On the drive back, I was getting all these intuitive downloads. The cicadas are confirmation. I was getting all these intuitive downloads on what the energy is like in the collective currently, and mainly what I was getting was this major King of Pentacles energy, and that has to do with grounding, stability, getting into alignment, planting new seeds, making those roots firm, and creating those stable foundations, creating that security within, and manifesting and aligning in that without. So I'm going to take a sip of water and then delve into the tarot. I'm really eager to see what the cards have to say about this energy. I also have a message recorded on my phone. The download, I just brain dumped it all out. I'll do a voice recording, so I'm going to share that after I do the cards. And while I do that, I can pull some oracle cards and show them on the screen to see if they align with the video recording that I did. I'm going to light some incense as well, and let's get rolling. So, right off the bat, we'll start here. The Magician came out. We are in a period of manifestation. Our manifestations are coming to fruition. We are at the start of a new beginning in the collective. Justice. The scales are balancing out. What goes up must come down, and what goes down must come up. We have climbed the mountain, and we are beginning to reach the peak. We've been in the valleys. We're coming out of the valleys. We're coming out of the lows. In a previous video, I quoted, I think the saying was a quote from Deepak Chopra, but I may be pronouncing that name wrong. I can link it again in the description below, but the quote is, all great change is preceded by chaos, something like that. As a collective, I feel like we've been experiencing a great deal of overwhelm, of chaos, of this eagerness, but a feeling like we're unprepared. And I get into that in the download that I did on my phone, but I want to see what other tarot card comes out today, just to kind of see what other messages come up. I'll take this one. King of Cups! Yeah, we are manifesting our emotional fulfillment. We are, for some of us, romanticizing our life. We are allowing ourselves to feel worthy of attaining what we want to manifest, because we finally feel deserving of what we want to create in our lives, that we know will be emotionally fulfilling, that we know will allow us to be more emotionally available, emotionally aware, conscious, grounded, present in our day-to-day. And yeah, okay, so we have the Three of Swords here. Hopefully this shows up in the camera. We have the Three of Swords, and we have the Sun. So that just tells me, collective, that after this valley of chaos, of uncertainty, of exhaustion, we are entering a period of more fiery passion. We are regaining our vitality because we've continued to pour into ourselves with the King of Cups here, because we've allowed ourselves to fully focus on ourselves, fully pour into ourselves, manifest what is fulfilling, bring into our life what we want to see, not what others want to see for us, and that is creating greater fulfillment, greater happiness, allowing us to feel more balanced and grounded in our day-to-day, and just creating an overall feeling of happiness. This new beginning is bringing that in, and right now might be the preparation period, like that juiciness of the transition right before you ease into that new beginning fully. And the inner child here is really being emphasized in the sense that we as a collective, you are doing things for your inner child that your inner child wants. When you were a kid, If you love to do something, you're beginning to incorporate that into your day-to-day. So, for example, if you loved to paint, if you loved to play with Play-Doh, if you used to love that as a kid, maybe now you are a sculptor. Maybe you like to do that as a hobby, or even just arts and crafts. If you love to play outside and collect bugs, maybe you're starting to do that again. I don't know. Or you liked seeing the birds outside and now you are a bird watcher. Things like that. If you like to play in the dirt, maybe now you have a garden. That's what I mean by romanticizing our lives. We're allowing ourselves to be unapologetically imaginative with what we can bring into our present moment, with what we can create in our day-to-day. We don't have to overwhelm ourselves with the details of the future or be regretful of the past, because we are so focused on the present moment now of just, what can I bring into my life today? What do I want to incorporate more into my days? What hobbies do I want to adopt? What do I want to release so that I can make more room for these new routines, new projects, things like that. Yeah, Three of Wands. We have more energy to do this now. We're manifesting that in, and we are cutting out what does not belong in our lives anymore, what doesn't serve us anymore, what doesn't give us that energy. What drains our energy is being cut off, and what brings us more energy, more time, more peace, presence is what we are inviting in. Yeah, the Wheel of Fortune here. Let's see. Okay, there's some deeper messages here. I'll go through them quickly. The Wheel of Fortune came out reversed, but I'm also hearing that it is able to go upright. But first, with the reversal, maybe for a while we needed to continue the same cycle of negative habits and routines that weren't serving us, that were depleting us, that were draining us, that weren't leading to our wish fulfillment, with the Nine of Cups reversed here, so that we could learn how ungrounding that is, with the Knave of Pentacles reversed here, to learn where we needed to find greater balance, with the Six of Pentacles reversed here, where we could recognize where we were contributing to our own suffering, to then lead us to this Queen of Cups, where we are standing fully in our power of compassion for ourselves, giving ourselves that grace to say, you know what, I've got a lot going on right now. I'm going to organize it to the best of my ability, and I have time. I'm going to get done what I can get done today, and I'm going to leave the rest for tomorrow. I don't have to tackle it all today. I don't have to think about it all today, because if I do that, it's pointless, because it's out of my control. And I feel like that's really the energy of the collective right now. I am going to, beautiful messages, I am going to shuffle some oracle cards while I play this voice recording on my phone, and I forgot to light the incense, so I'm going to get that rolling as well. I have a candle here. First, I'll start with the incense. The incense is, I think, the essential oil is orange, and that's supposed to be an antidepressant, or a stress reducer. So that may be needed in the collective right now. I was getting a sense there that maybe if you are preparing for something like a new job, or if you are in the middle of a new beginning, the start of something new, there could be a lot of stress and overwhelm, a little bit of chaos and exhaustion that leads to a little bit of negative thinking that can contribute to periods of depression, and we're really just being called to rest and give ourselves that grace and self-compassion that is so well deserved, because we do so much. We work so hard, and we can give ourselves that grace. Give yourself permission to give yourself that grace. I'm going to light this candle with the intention of grace. Hopefully it stays lit. Okay. Now, I'm going to play the voice recording and pull some oracle cards. I also have... Yikes! Sorry about that. This little guy blew away. That's where my cards go. I am a big believer in sound healing, so I'm going to quickly play some of this for you guys, and then I'll play the sound recording. I want to know how y'all's day is going. I want to know what brought you here to this channel. Are you looking for peace? Are you looking for validation? Reassurance? A dopamine hit? a distraction? A mindless activity? Sometimes it is good to detach and be mindless in healthy ways when we are so overstimulated in our day-to-day. It's good to have some healthy detachment with moderation, of course, and have someone else do the talking and the thinking for a change. That's why I go on YouTube. I don't know about you guys. Let me know. If you like this video, cool beans. And if you want to subscribe, if you want to see more of what I have to channel for the collective, I would love to have you here. This community is growing and it's really cool. Okay, that is good enough for now. That felt really grounding. Okay, I'm gonna pull some oracle cards and play this recording for you guys. Let's see. I have a gramophone. Okay, a channeled, downloaded message that I would like to share with YouTube. I'm not sure what I want the title to be yet. Something about perception, or capability, or trust, maybe self-trust or self-belief. Not sure just yet. The message I was getting was the King of Pentacles, right? Being grounded, feeling secure, feeling stable on the inside is reflecting now in our external world. We have stepped out of our comfort zones collectively to grow new roots. We have replanted ourselves, we have planted new seeds, and we are allowing ourselves to grow a strong foundation financially, emotionally, spiritually, physically, what have you, mentally. Now that we are at the start of a new beginning, we are building the beginnings of this new foundation to make sure that the strongholds are where they are meant to be, to make sure that there is structure and security internally, and then having that reflect externally. Some of us are manifesting financial independence, financial security, comfortability, ease. Others of us are looking for that in an environment, in a home, and that environment could be something as small as our own mind. We are collectively going through a transition. We are out of our cocoons as caterpillars. We have gone through the metamorphosis and are now a butterfly, and we're learning to use our wings. We're seeing the colors on our wings and recognizing that we're more vibrant than we've ever been because we've allowed ourselves to fly to new heights, to leave old comfort zones behind, shed old skins, say goodbye to old versions of ourselves, and allow ourselves to step further into more alignment with what feels right mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, career-wise, what have you. And that is leading to a greater sense of stability and security. Now, that's not to say that insecurities aren't coming up. On the contrary, that is causing them to come up even more, right? When we are entering a new beginning, when we are in a dark hallway and we don't realize that we're just about to turn the corner and see the door that we need to open, we don't realize that we're this close. We are right there, a hair away from fully stepping into alignment, into this new beginning, because we enter new beginnings. We bring in, we manifest new beginnings when we believe we are ready to receive them. We receive when we are in alignment with what we are asking for. So when those insecurities come up, when that imposter syndrome arrives, when that self-doubt creeps in, telling us that maybe we aren't capable, maybe we aren't prepared, maybe we don't know enough for what we're asking for, maybe we aren't deserving enough of what we're asking for, who are we to ask for this, to go after this, what have you. And that stems from maybe an unworthiness, not feeling like you're enough for something, or from a fear of failure and wanting to maybe stay in that comfort zone and self-sabotage because of a great fear of change. But that fear, the most insecurities, the most triggers come up when we hit that growth ceiling, when we are ready to build a new floor and ceiling, when we're ready to add to the structure and foundation that we are building. Oh, we need an entirely new floor because I've hit my growth ceiling. I have more growing to do. Let's start building. Where do we want to start? And starting is the hardest part. We're right there. It's happening. These self-doubts, these insecurities, these triggers that are coming up are a spiritual test in a way to see, do we recognize when our ego is speaking to us versus our higher self, our truest self, our intuition that tells us we do know enough, we are ready, we are prepared. This is going to challenge us, but in a way that is healthy, that is fulfilling, that is engaging, rather than staying in that comfort zone like our ego wants us to do. Because even though it's complacent, even though it's stagnant, everything stays the same. But our higher self, our intuition, challenges that by saying, is staying the same all that great? Is that what I want? Do I want things to never change? And then we begin to look back at past circumstances where beautiful changes occurred, where at the beginning, yeah, it was scary as shit, but once we were in the middle of it, once we got into that groove and really, really solidified those foundations, like the King of Pentacles here, we were owning it. We were feeling fulfilled, engaged, because we were being challenged. That is an important aspect of change, is seeing what our limits are, testing those time and time again, and finding new ones. Just like exercising is the best example I can think of right now. Once we do 5 squats a day, the next week we can do 10, the next week we can do 20, and so on and so forth. We keep reaching new limits, new growth ceilings that we continue to expand. That's what evolution is, that's what change is, and it's beautiful. I think right now, collectively, what we have stepped into, this transition that we are in, we are prepared. There is that duality there, the same emotion, but both polar ends of it. The overwhelm and the excitement. Incredibly polarizing, but essentially the same thing. I think that anxiety that comes with the overwhelm is what fuels the self-doubt that may be coming in, and the eagerness that comes from the excitement is what is allowing us to continue to drive forward and combat
those insecurities and those self-doubts. We as a collective are strong enough now, are grounded enough now, secure enough now in our understanding of ourselves that we are able to more clearly recognize when our ego is wanting us to stay complacent versus when our intuition is telling us it's okay to make this change. It's okay if we don't feel prepared. We wouldn't be receiving it. We wouldn't have stepped into this new beginning if we weren't in alignment with the new beginning. I'll leave that there.
So guys, time to rekindle. Take the wheel in your hand. We are in the driver's seat of our lives, and we are allowing ourselves. I'm gonna stop there. Thank you for listening to that whole voice recording. I appreciate if you stayed. I thought this was so cool. I didn't know how this was gonna go, but a lot of the oracle cards that I ended up pulling really resonated with the downloads. Like I was saying, we're in the driver's seat, right? This new beginning that we have just entered as a collective is allowing us to be the driver. And I have some more tarot cards here. The World was at the bottom of the deck. Like, are you kidding? Are you kidding? The World, we've begun a new cycle. We are, maybe for some of us, in that transition period of ending the old cycle so that we can fully invite in that new one. The new one is inching in like, hey, you're this close. I'm right here. You can't see me, but I'm here. Let me in. Let me in. I don't know if you guys have seen that meme. The Queen of Pentacles was underneath. We are inviting in our stability. We are letting go of a lack mindset. Who said I can't attain this? Who said? You know what? I say that this is attainable. This is attainable for me, and only I can decide that. The Ace of Wands is also here. There is a new opportunity coming in where we can create a greater sense of warmth, of synergy, of community in ourselves, in our environments, in the energy that we want to put out into the world. With the Four of Wands here, we are using the energy that we've manifested, that we are building for ourselves. If some of us are still in a period of exhaustion, that is quickly changing and shifting so that we have the energy we need to enter this beginning full force with the new foundation that we have built for ourselves, that we are building for ourselves, that we are planting the seeds for and creating the roots within and of. I see there's a key here. We have the key to our success, to our fulfillment. We have already succeeded. We are in the driver's seat of our emotional fulfillment. We know which road we want to take. We know which roads we don't want to take, which exits we can get off at, and which exits we don't, which detours we do want to take, which detours we don't want to take. It's up to us, because we are the ones building the foundations. Once we let go of that self-doubt, once we let go of that insecurity and that fear and shift our perspectives with the Hanged Man here, we can see clearly that we are in control of our reality. We are in control of our perception, that in how we view our reality. So, what beautiful messages. I'm powerful too. I'm really excited to see how this new beginning, this transition period goes for the collective. The energy is popping. I'm eager, I'm giddy. I don't know about you guys, but let me know what your experience has been, where you're at in this transition period, in this new beginning, if your new beginning has arrived yet, or if this is something you're manifesting as well. I want to know. I want to know. Thank you so much for being here. I'm so, so grateful for your presence. I hope to see you all again soon. Bye for now.